This court is going to call cause number C207100. This is in the 317th District Court of Jefferson County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Kennedy Corbin. Miss Brittany Jones, I need you to raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air. Miss Jones, you're muted again.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to get out of a meeting. One moment. Yes, sir. You need me to go on video?
No, ma'am, that's up to you. You can stay.
Okay. Yes, sir. My right hand is above.
Miss Brittany Jones, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Austin Corbin, please raise your right hand to tell me that your hand is in the air.
Yes, it's in the air.
Austin Corbin, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Miss Overstreet, you handling this case for state?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Your case has been called. You call your first witness.
Your Honor, the parties have reached an agreement about the issue of how much the child support is. I'm going to go ahead and confirm each of them with each of them that portion, and then I'll call them each for the remainder of the case. The parties have agreed that child support will be $325 a month. That Ms. Corbin will carry the children on medical and dental, and that the reimbursement for the medical will be $132 a month and $45 for the dental a month. And I'd like to call, excuse me, Ms. Jones. Ms. Jones, can you state your name? Ms. Jones?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Hold on a second, Miss Overstreet. Miss Jones, are you multitasking?
Yes, sir. I'm having to. I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared for the additional meeting.
Okay. Well, if you can, I really need you to focus on this hearing in regards to the child support figures that we're going to be presenting to you, okay?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Ma'am, you heard the
I just stopped. I was able to get out of the meeting. I do apologize. Yes,
that's
ma'am.
okay, Miss Jones. I know sometimes Zoom is a wonderful tool.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said Zoom is a wonderful tool.
Yes, sir. I had to get out of a meeting,
Okay,
but I'm available now.
go ahead, Miss Overstreet. We got Miss Jones focused on our issues today.
I do now. I do apologize.
That's okay.
And Ms. Jones, just, I'm not sure if you heard or not, but did you agree, you and Mr. Corbin agreed that the child support would be $325 a month? And then you're going to carry the children on the medical and dental, and he's going to reimburse you $132 a month for the medical and $45 for the dental?
That's what I have written here. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Your Honor, I'd like to pass this witness just briefly so I can confirm that portion of the agreement with Mr. Corbin as well.
Okay.
Mr. Corbin, would you state your name?
Austin Corbin.
And the figures that I just read for the child support, medical, and dental, were those also your agreements?
No, ma'am. Could you say that one more time about the about what you just said about the numbers? Okay.
It was my understanding that y'all's agreement for child support was $325 a month.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just talking to Mr. Corbin.
Stop. Mr. Corbin, did you reach an agreement with the state of Texas in regards to your child support and your medical support?
No, sir.
Okay.
May I speak, Your Honor?
No, ma'am. This is a contested hearing, Ms. Overstreet. Please recall your witnesses and consider this to be a contested hearing.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize. It was my understanding there was an agreement.
Apparently not.
Okay. So, Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to ask the court to take judicial notice of the court's file, including the controlling order.
The court will take judicial notice of its own file.
I'd like to recall Miss Jones. Can you state your name?
Yes, my name is Brittany Jones.
And you are the mother of, is it Kennedy Corbin?
Yes, first name is Kennedy. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Mr. Corbin was previously ordered to pay you child support and for her. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
And has he ever paid you any money directly for child support or medical support that did not come through the state disbursement unit?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And he was also ordered to pay you medical support, correct?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Your Honor, at this time, if there's no objection, I'd like to enter into evidence the pay records in this case.
All right, 1 second. Ms. Jones, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged pay record in your case with Mr. Corbin. This allegedly shows the payments that Mr. Corbin has made to you and the payments that he's missed. Is it okay if I look at this pay record?
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Corbin, the same question. Is it okay if I look at this pay record?
Yes, sir.
All right, State Exhibit A is admitted in evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Jones, one of the
Yes.
things that we are asking for today is a judgment for the past due child support as of February the 28th, 2023, in the amount of $15,127.86. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, and we'll also be asking the court to order Mr. Corbin to pay something towards those arrears as well. We're also asking for a judgment for medical support as of February 28th, 2023, in the amount of $2,512.80. Excuse me, and a payout on that. You understand that? And we're also going to be asking to modify his child support. Is he the best person to address what he is making? And
I don't have any information on his job, so I'm just going by what you all have along with what he's providing you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any personal knowledge of whether or not he has any other children under the age of 18 besides the child that y'all have together?
Yes, ma'am. So he has the child with me. He has 2 other child support cases. I know that one is in Beaumont, one is in Dallas, and I am aware that he does have another child, a boy.
Okay. Does the third child live with him, or do you know?
Just to be honest with you, I think him and the girlfriend are together, and the child resides in a home. That's the most information that I have, because to my knowledge, they're not married. So that information, I can't quite give you a true and accurate answer. I don't know.
Okay.
Where he resides.
He's the best one to ask, correct?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Your Honor, I have nothing further of this witness. I'd like to pass the witness and call Mr. Corbin again.
Go ahead.
Yes, I will. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Corbin, so you understand today that we're asking for a judgment for the past due child support and medical support, correct?
Yes.
And now, it's my understanding we had reset this case so that you could get a job, because you lost your job after the CSRP was done, and you have obtained employment now. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so where are you going to be working?
Viola Environmental in Beaumont, Texas.
Okay. And how much are you making an hour?
16.
And as far as you know, you'll be working 40 hours a week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you typically work construction, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you think this is going to be a long-term job?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's a permanent position.
Okay, so it's not, you probably won't be working like 3 or 4 months and then switch into another plant and working 3 or 4 months. This will just be 12 months a year.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now you don't have any insurance available for the children through your job, do you?
No, ma'am, because my kids are on Medicaid, so I pay for Medicaid on my child support, so that's what they've been on.
Okay, but you're aware that Miss Jones has the children covered under her insurance, correct?
I just found that out a couple of weeks ago because she's been on Medicaid since she's been born. So that's my first time hearing about the medical thing.
Okay, and y'all had discussed, and it was my understanding you had agreed to pay the $132 a month.
Ms. Overstreet, I need you to ask Ms. Jones. The parties have already stated that they no longer agree to whatever it was that y'all did before the hearing. You're going to need to put some testimony on from Ms. Jones as to where the health insurance on this child is.
Okay. I'll recall her after I finish with him. So Mr. Corbin, do you have any information as to whether you will have any insurance available at Viola for the children?
No, I haven't looked into any yet, but by me being hot at the tent doesn't what they gave me that long, because I just did my physicals and my drug testing and all that yesterday. So
okay.
I'm still, we still in that, still in that process, but I'm for sure hired though.
Okay. Now, do you have some other children besides the children you have with Miss Jones, correct?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I have 2 daughters and I have 1 son.
Okay.
And I pay child support on my other 2 daughters.
Okay. Now, does your son currently live with you?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I have nothing further of Mr. Corbin. I would like to recall Ms. Jones.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, do you currently have the children on your medical insurance?
Yes, ma'am. Just to answer your question, what you speaking with Mr. Corbin, the order that you have previously, this has been since, I believe, the case first opened since 2008.
Ms. Jones,
I
need you to answer the question that's
Oh,
asked
well, yes, I
by
do
the
have,
attorney for the AG's office.
they are on my
Okay?
insurance.
And how much is the cost of that insurance per month for the child?
So I did provide that information. I do not have it in front of me at this moment. I can get it, but I would have to go back into the office. I stepped out because, like I stated, I wasn't aware that we were having to speak with the judge on today.
Okay. In the CSRP, you had stated it was $132 a month. Did you believe
right?
That's
she had
correct?
divided. Yes, she had divided it based on myself with my 2 daughters to calculate just for the child that I have with Mr. Corbin. And then I also provided her with the medical at that time. And she came up with those numbers. With the Medicaid, that was prior.
Okay. I'm not asking you about the Medicaid. I'm just asking you about the cost.
Okay.
And you
yes,
also
ma'am.
have a child covered for dental. Is that correct?
Correct. She's on my dental insurance as well.
And in the order, the CSRP order, it said for her portion, it was $45 a month. Does that sound correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're asking the court to have you maintain the insurance on the children and order at least some of the portion, if not all, of what you pay for this child back to you. Is that correct?
Ma'am.
And
yes,
how long has the child been on the medical and dental through your job?
She's actually been, this job I've been here for 2 years, and she was on the one previously from that one as well.
Okay. All right. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Call you next witness.
I have no further witnesses.
Okay. You know, it's hard when you've heard Miss Overstreet start throwing numbers at you. It's hard to get rid of. It's hard to unhear.
Yes, sir.
It's hard to unhear it. I can't order $180 a month in health insurance, Miss Overstreet. That's over 9%. Yeah, I mean, he has 3 other children.
I agree.
Am I supposed to give all of the medical support to the one child of the subject to this suit, or am I supposed to divide it amongst all 4 of his kids?
Divided. And Your Honor, the only reason I had said those numbers is it was my understanding that that's what they had agreed to. That's why I had said that at the beginning. And then I was just letting you know what she pays.
Yeah,
but no, I'm not expecting you to do the whole thing if they're not agreeing.
Yeah, I mean, it's an expectation issue. That's the problem that I have. All right.
Mhm.
Y'all stand by for me 1 second. All right, Miss Jones, is there anything
sir.
else that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, I mean, I think he's provided you with the information I've provided as well. As I told the previous worker that I spoke with, the modification, this is the first modification since the case has actually opened.
Yes, ma'am, I see that.
Yes, sir. That's it for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Corbin, is there anything else that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
Sir, I know anything that I give my daughter besides my payments to the Attorney General is gifts, and I have been giving my daughter money. When I had my last job, I was giving my daughter money for shoes, for her homecoming, and everything else.
Okay.
And I know that's gifts, but I just had to let that know because y'all asked her, did he give you any money besides that? And the answer was supposed to be yes.
Okay.
And that's it, sir.
Okay. And I hear you, Mr. Corbin. I do. But you stated it correctly. I mean, the stuff that you buy for the needs of your child outside of my court order are basically what you're saying is that I'm just doing this in addition to the child support I'm supposed to be paid.
Yes.
Okay. And I understand something, Mr. Corbin.
Yes, sir.
This hearing is not about whether or not you're a good dad. That's not what this question is. I'm assuming that you're a good dad.
Yes, sir.
This is just about money. That's all it is. Just numbers. It's important, but it's still
it is. Yeah, I understand.
The court's going to find the court has jurisdiction in this case. The court's going to find that based on the testimony of the parties, there has certainly been a material substantial change of circumstance. I'm going to increase the child support according to the information that I've been given. Ms. Jones is going to be ordered to carry the health insurance on the child through her employer. Mr. Corbin is going to be ordered to reimburse her for those costs. But according to the statute, I can't just give Ms. Jones 100% of what it would cost for the premium because Mr. Jones has 3 other dependents. I have to take those children into consideration when I'm setting the medical and the dental insurance cost. Child support is going to be increased to $340 per month. There's going to be an additional $55 a month for health insurance premiums. There's going to be an additional $10 per month for the dental insurance premiums. I'll make a finding that Mr. Corbin is behind in his child support as of February 28, 2023. Mr. Corbin owes $15,127.86 in child support, $2,512.80 in medical support. And those arrears are going to be paid back at a rate of $50 a month for the child support arrears and $15 a month for the medical support arrears. Again, all payments beginning April the 1st of 2023. Court costs by Mr. Corbin, but I'll give him until September 30th of 2023 to pay my court costs. Ms. Overstreet, did the AG's office hear all the terms, conditions of my court order?
Yes.
That's 340, 55 for the health insurance premium, 10 for the dental insurance premium, 50 for the back child support, 15 for the back medical, and then your judgments as per the pay rate.
Okay, thank you. And you said 9:30 for the
Yeah,
2023 for
9:30,
the
September 3rd.
okay. Thank you. I got him.
Mr. Corbin and Miss Jones, what's going to happen now is Miss Overstreet's office is going to send me a court order. As long as it matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. Then they're going to make a copy of it and send it to each of you. Now, you don't have to be satisfied with my ruling. If either party is dissatisfied, you have 3 business days with which to file written notice of appeal with the district clerk's office in Jefferson County. Your appeal has got to be specific. You've got to tell the district judge what part of my ruling you disagree with, and you're responsible for sending a copy of that written appeal to all the other non-appealing parties. All right. You're both free to go. I thank you for being here today, and I appreciate your patience.
All right, thank you.
This court's going to call cause number F219154. This is in the 279th District Court of Jefferson County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Elia Gallo. Mr. Chapman, would you raise your right hand for me, please, sir?
Yes,
Do you
sir.
solemnly swear, Mr. Gavin Chapman, the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Miss Alexander, do you have any other witnesses besides Mr. Chapman?
No other witnesses, Judge, no.
Miss Smith, do you have any other witnesses besides Mr. Chapman?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Ms. Smith, for the record, you filed an answer in this case objecting to me hearing this case. That is your absolute right, Ms. Smith, to object to an associate judge hearing this case. Do you still object to me hearing the matter?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, that has been waived. Thank you, Ms. Smith. All right, so this appears to be just a motion to confirm what, if anything, Mr. Chapman owes to Ms. Gallo.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what the state has before the court.
All right, well, let's see if you've got some service. That's his. Well, that's easy to figure out. The court's going to find that Miss Gallo was personally served with citation at 1001 Pearl Street, Beaumont, Texas, on May the 31st, 2022. She was incarcerated at the time she was served, Miss Alexander.
It is my understanding that she was, yes.
Yeah, I mean, she was in the old county lockup here right at the courthouse. All right, that citation was returned on file on May 31st. Has she filed an answer?
Not to my knowledge, no, Your Honor.
I mean, I'm looking at my file and I don't see one, but you know, you can't ever tell anymore with the nature of what's going on. All right. Let's see if you sent her notice of the hearing. Is she still in jail?
She was released, Your Honor, February 14th, 2023. We sent the notice to an address that we have.
She didn't get it.
But we sent it to an additional address other than.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I need to look down, didn't I? Oh, yeah, I got it. Sorry. Okay, she's got notice of the hearing. She's not here. You going to go forward with a default today?
I would like to, yes, Judge.
All right, call your first witness.
The state would call Mr. Chapman. Mr. Chapman, can you state your first name? Your full name?
Yes, ma'am. Gavin Chapman.
Okay. And what is the name of the child before the court today?
Aaliyah Gallo.
Okay. And who's Aaliyah's mom?
Sade Gallo.
Okay. Your Honor, the state would ask the court to take judicial notice of the court's file, specifically the prior order that was entered August 28th, 2013.
Court will take judicial notice of its own file. Actually, the lawsuit, the order wasn't actually signed, ma'am, until January the 9th of 2014.
Oh, yes.
I'm assuming that's the order that you want me to take judicial notice of?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll take notice of my own file.
Okay. Mr. Chapman, in that prior order, it ordered you to pay child support in the amount of $219 and $25 for medical support. And both of those were to start September 1st, 2013. Does that sound about right?
No, ma'am. I wasn't aware of the court order because I was in Washington State in school. I was in college.
Okay. All right, so you and I are the state would enter the state's pay record.
Ma'am.
Sorry, I'm talking to the judge. I was asking the judge to enter the pay record.
Ms. Smith, I just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged pay record. Do you have any objection, Ms. Smith, to me looking at the pay record?
No objections, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit A is admitted in evidence.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, did you file anything to object to that order?
No, ma'am.
2014, excuse me?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And on that pay record, as of February 28th, 2023, it shows that you owe $17,770.91. Do you agree that you owe that amount?
I'm not sure how to answer that, but
Can we show him a copy of that?
I believe I provided Daniel a copy of that pay record, Grace, yesterday.
It's okay. I'll put it back up on the screen so you can see it.
Thank you.
Is that better?
Yes.
If you look at the bottom there, Grace. If I may, I'll ask the question again, Judge.
Go ahead.
So the child support amount shows that you owe $17,770.91. Do you agree that you owe that amount?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And on the medical support arrears as of February 28th, 2023, it shows that you owe $1,243.30. Do you agree that you owe that amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree that the court should set an amount for you to pay those arrears out at a reasonable amount starting April 1st, 2023? On both the child support and medical support?
I'm not sure how to answer it. Just because I'm not able to make the payment.
Okay, no further questions from the state, Your Honor.
Ms. Smith, it's your witness.
Yes. Could you state your name for the record?
Yes, Gavin Chapman.
Mr. Chapman, what do you do for work?
I'm a life insurance agent with American Income Life.
Why are you here to testify today?
For failure to make payments for child support.
And why is that? Why haven't you been making payments on your child support?
I'm just not able to due to work and my payments that I have been receiving the past couple of months. I'm just not able to make the payment.
I see you just testified that you're a life insurance agent. How much do you make in a month?
Honestly, it depends because it is commission based. For the past couple of months, I have just been trying to keep my head above water with starting with this company and learning the business.
So when did you start with this company?
I started with the company at the end of June 22nd, 2022.
June 22nd, 2022. And from the record that was admitted, the support financial report, it shows you made a payment in September and August and September of 2022. And you're telling me that you started this job in June of 2022. So why weren't you able to make a payment June of 22 until September, August of 22?
I didn't start training until July, and July was a month of unpaid training. So I didn't get paid for my training until I got released in August. So technically, I started the job in August in the field.
And even though you weren't paid in June of 22 until August, what other efforts did you make in trying to see how you can meet up with this obligation?
I applied for a loan. I was denied because I was denied. I have bad, credit, and I have low income, so I was denied for the loan. I asked family members and friends as well. They have helped me in the past, but I do have 3 other children that they have helped me with. So they, due to inflation, everyone is pretty much, tired of me.
Okay. And have you, do you own any properties, Mr. Chapman?
No, ma'am, I don't own anything. I don't own a house. I don't own a car. I don't own anything. I'm currently homeless at this point.
So you just stated that you are homeless, Mr. Chapman. I'm going to ask you where you currently reside.
In between family members' homes and also sleeping on friends' couches right now.
And can you let this court know how we came about being homeless? How you came about being homeless?
Yes. I was evicted from my apartment in March. This month of March. Failure to make payment of February and failure to make payment of the month of March caused me to lose my place.
Okay. I'm trying to share a document if the court.
You don't have the ability to share it, Ms. Smith. I haven't made you a co-host. I don't mean to interrupt, Ms. Smith. This isn't an enforcement case. They're just trying to confirm how far Mr. Chapman is behind in child support. Are you guys alleging that he's not that far behind in the child support?
No, he's agreed to that. Yeah.
Okay, so he owes the money. I mean, they don't have a lawsuit on file, Ms. Smith, to punish Mr. Chapman for not paying. They just want me to confirm what he's behind.
Okay.
But I do understand what you're saying. I mean, it does make sense to me. Okay. But I have another question, Ms. Smith. I have to order a certain amount of money over and above what Mr. Chapman is supposed to be paying to pay down on these arrears. Okay. So if he owes, just say $18,000, it's pretty close to that for child support. I mean, I'd have to set it at least $90 a month just to keep up with the interest. Okay. And the medical support, I showed that he's about $1,238 behind. I mean, I'd probably set that at about $15 a month just to try to keep up with the interest. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't mean to stop you, Mr. Smith, Miss Smith, but I knew you were kind of going in a direction of trying to defend your client from an enforcement action. That's not what the lawsuit that I have in front of me is. I just didn't want you to go down a road that you might not need to go down.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions of Mr. Chapman?
That will be all at this time, Your Honor.
Miss Alexander, do you have any cross?
No cross, Your Honor.
You, Miss Alexander, do you have any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
The state rest.
The state rests and asked to confirm the arrears.
All right. Well, let's see if Miss Smith has got any anything that she wants to add. Miss Smith, the state has rested. It is now your case. Do you have any additional witnesses that you wish to call?
No additional witnesses, Your Honor. All right.
So, I mean, basically what I got here is I got a simple case of how far behind Mr. Chapman is in child support and medical support, right?
Yes.
All right. The court's going to find the court has jurisdiction. The court's going to find, based on the testimony of Mr. Chapman, it states Exhibit A, that Mr. Chapman owes Miss Gallo child support and medical support. He's behind in those figures. And as of as of February 28, 2023, Mr. Chapman owes $17,770.91 in child support, $1,238.17 in medical support. I'm going to order the child support to be paid back at a rate of $100 a month and the medical support of $15 a month. Those payments beginning April the 1st of 2023. And unfortunately, Mr. Chapman will be responsible for court costs, but I'll give him until September the 30th of 2023 to pay my court cost. Miss Alexander, does that take care of all of the terms, conditions for the pleadings that you have on file today?
No, I thought it was $1,243.30 for
It
the.
is. Did I say something different?
Yeah, you did $1,238.
What was I looking at? Oh, the one above it. Okay. The medical support judgment is $1,243.30. But it's still going to be paid back at a rate of $15 a month.
And I apologize, Judge. What was the payout on the child support?
100.
And court costs by?
September 30th.
Got it, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Smith, as a very good lawyer practicing in my court, do you wish to review and sign this order before I sign it?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but they will send you a copy of it, Ms. Smith, after I sign it. Okay.
Okay, Your Honor.
Is there any questions that you have, Ms. Smith?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You did a great job. You know, those arrears, you know, they can get ahead, you know, they can get away from you, and you know, those kind of arrears do find people in jail sometimes, but not in these Zoom hearings. All right.
Quick question.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chapman, did you have a question?
Yes, sir. I know a payment was made in 2019 of $10,000. Did that not help with the arrears?
Hold on, I'll look. I don't have a $10,000 payment in 2019. This pay record indicates that there was a $6,475 payment made in July of 2020. So you may want to get with the AG's office. All right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Do you have other child support cases, Mr. Chapman?
No, sir. I have 3 other boys. I'm not sure if their mom is gonna put me on child support or not.
Well, that may be why the numbers are different if they were applying the money to different child support cases.
All right.
All right. But
Yes,
you
sir.
certainly, Miss Smith's a great lawyer and she'll be glad to help you. If there's some other contact that needs to be made to the AG's office to make sure that pay record's correct. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Miss Smith. Thank you, Mr. Chapman. Y'all are both free. This court's going to call cause number 220694-D. This is in the 128 District Court of Orange County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Sean Tyler Brown. Ms. Holman and Mr. Brown, please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear this testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
I do.
I thank you both. You can both put your hands down. All right, let's see what I got here. This appears just to be a straightforward motion to modify, motion to confirm, Ms. Simone.
That's correct.
All right, your case has been called. You can call your first witness.
Okay, I'd ask the court to take judicial notice of the prior order in this case.
The court will take judicial notice of its own file.
And the state would also like to move for the admission of the pay record for Mr. Brown as State's Exhibit A.
Well, let me see if I can get those up on the record so everybody can see them. All right, sometimes y'all these get a little hard to see, but I'll do my best. Ms. Holman, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the pay record between you and Mr. Brown. This supposedly shows the payments. Let me move it up a little bit. This supposedly shows the payments between Mr. Brown and you. Is it okay if I look at this pay record?
Yes, sir.
Same question, Mr. Brown. Is it okay if I look at your pay record?
Yes, sir.
State Exhibit A is admitted into evidence.
Okay, at this time, the state will call Ms. Holman. Ms. Holman, would you state your full name for the court, please?
Morgan Eileen Holman.
Okay, and you're the mother of Sean Brown?
Yes.
Okay, and how old is Sean?
6.
Okay. And there's currently an order in your case from May of 2019 where Mr. Brown was ordered to pay you $289 a month in child support and $70 a month in medical support. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how is Sean currently covered with health insurance?
Medicaid.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pass this witness.
Call your next witness.
Call Mr. Brown.
Yes,
Mr. Brown, would you state your full name for the court, please?
Tyler Scott Brown.
Okay. And you're the father of Sean Brown. Sean
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Are you currently working?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And where do you work?
I work for Vision Industrial Services
Okay. And how long have you worked there?
since December of 2020.
Okay. And are you paid an hourly rate?
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
you okay? And how much do they pay you per hour?
18 an hour.
Okay. And do you work 40 hours per week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you work any overtime?
I do, but it's not all the time.
Okay. Do you have any health insurance available through your job?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Do you have Sean enrolled on that?
I do not. I missed the enrollment period this year for it because they didn't give me notice of when it was. So I missed the enrollment period for it. So no, he's not.
Do you know what the cost of that insurance would be?
Roughly $60, $70.
Is that per month?
That's a week.
A week? Okay. And that's just for Sean? That would be just for Sean?
Yeah, I pay like $60, $70 a week for myself. So yes.
Okay. So would it be in addition to that?
Yeah, it would be an addition, 60, 70 to addition to that, what I already paid.
And did your job also have dental insurance available?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you know the cost of that?
I pay like $10 to $15 a month or a week.
And do you have any other children besides Sean?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay, I'll go ahead and pass this witness.
Mr. Brown, you said you didn't have any other children besides this child?
I have a stepson, but legally, no.
Ms. Green, unmute for me, please.
Yes,
Ms. Green, what is the net income on $3,120 according to the OAG?
$25, $14, $22.
Thank you. Internal Revenue Service is down, Ms. Simone. You're not hacking that, are you?
I wouldn't say it on YouTube if I was.
Anything further from the state?
No, sir.
I'm sorry, y'all. It took me so long to do the calculations. The website that I use on a regular basis for helping me to calculate child support is currently down, so I'm having to do it by hand. So I apologize. Ms. Holman, is there anything else that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir.
Mr. Brown, is there anything else that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir. I do have one question or request.
Yes, sir.
Is there any way I can get a statement of some sort of what the child support's being spent on?
Nope.
And a list of everything that she's purchasing for that child?
Nope.
I want to make sure that the money that I'm paying is going to Sean for Sean.
Nope. There's no accounting. There's no accounting in the state of Texas, Mr. Brown.
Okay.
Good question. I just can't give you what you're asking for because the Texas legislature does not require custodial parents, the mother in this case, to account to you for how she spends the money.
So she can get it and spend it however she wants to?
Yes, sir. She can drive right across the river over there to Louisiana and spend all your child support money on the casinos. There's nothing you can do about it.
For the record, it is being spent on
That's
the
okay,
child.
Ms. Holman. You don't have to tell. That's the thing about it, right?
Yes, sir.
So I appreciate you saying that, Ms. Holman, but it's not necessary. You know, guys, there's a real simple fix. If Mr. Brown doesn't think that Ms. Holman is spending the money appropriately, then he could sue you for custody, Ms. Holman, and he could take the child, and then he'd get child support from you and spend the money the way he feels. I mean, that's what you do. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. The court's going to find the court has jurisdiction. The court is going to find that there has been a material substantial change in circumstance. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order Mr. Brown to carry the health insurance and the dental insurance on this child. He has it through his employer, and therefore he's going to be required to carry it through the employer. I did give him $260 per month credit toward his income for the health insurance, and I gave him $40 a month credit toward the dental insurance. Based on my calculations with no other dependents, child support in this case is going to be increased to $455 a month. That payment is going to begin April the 1st of 2023. Yes, ma'am, that's this month. So it's already in effect April 1st. Okay. I will, well, 1 second, let me finish, Mr. Brown. I will find that there's a 0 child support arrears in this case as of March 31st of 2023. That's what the pay record shows. There is a small amount of medical support arrears, $200.98, I believe is what it says. I'll grant judgment for that amount and order it to be paid $10 a month till it's paid off. Court costs in this case will be by Mr. Brown, but I'll give him until October the 31st of 2023 to pay my court costs. Start date. That take care of all the issues in this case, Ms. Simone?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown and Ms. Holman, what's going to happen now is Ms. Simone's office is going to send me a court order. As long as it matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. They're going to make a copy of it and send it to each of you. Mr. Brown, did you have a question?
No, sir, I did not.
All right. The good thing about the court order, Mr. Brown, is you said that the company really didn't give you an opportunity to put the child on your health insurance. A court order is called a life event. So as soon as the AG's office gets that signed by me, they will send that to your employer, which will force that window back open and automatically enroll the child into the program. Okay.
Okay.
That'll take care of that problem for you. And now you won't have to pay the medical anymore because that's just going to be, you're going to be covering that.
Okay.
I don't know what your situation is, Mr. Brown, with your stepchild. I don't know what health insurance your stepchild has, but it may not cost you anything to add your stepchild to that plan as well. So you may want to look into that just to make sure that your stepchild's got coverage too.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Holman, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. They'll mail you both a copy of it as soon as it's signed. I appreciate you both being here today. I appreciate you both cooperating with this situation. You're both free to go.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.